Hey y'all, it's me, Dr. Lynn Daniel, PhD, I'm the self-care evangelist. I'm coming to continue my series, My Husband Has Died, Now What? And today I want to talk about cultivating joy in your life. Cultivating joy in your life as a widow. So I've been a widow now for many years. I don't relish in the fact that I'm a widow. I just recognize that's the category of demographic that I am a part of. I mean, it's of course I'm a mother, a grandmother, I'm a teacher, an educator. I have a lot of intersecting descriptors in my life, but relationally and socially, I maneuver as a widow. Okay? All right. And so today I'm thinking about cultivating joy because, yesterday's video I was talking about structural grieving, creating structure around that grief process. And it just, in thinking about that video and what I shared and just the stage of life that I'm in now, I have moved to a place where I am and I have been cultivating joy in my life. You know, you just have to, it's in your mindset. You have to find, and now the process of finding joy and allowing yourself to feel and experience joy without guilt or doubt or questions and all of that, the process may take time. So if you need time, that's okay. Once you accept that it's okay to have joy, to express it, to engage in things that bring you joy, to be around joyful people, joyful experiences, man, once you realize it's okay, then do it. Now, for me, so here are some other things that I did to cultivate joy in my life. And it all pretty much has to do with music. I should be a skilled musician with other than my voice. I should play an instrument. My daughter plays the viola. She's quite good. She played in a orchestra back home and all kinds of school orchestra and everything. But my instrument is my voice, right? And so I want to share with you all the cool people I met and opportunities that I had, right? I'm going to try to keep it short. So when I started songwriting, check out yesterday's video if you want to learn more about how I use writing to help me in the grief process. I was songwriting. So once I was ready to go into the studio to record, this is how that came about. I had joined a choir, St. Louis Symphony in Unison Chorus, in 2006. I auditioned and I was accepted into the chorus. And so I sang with the chorus for 6 seasons, for quite a while. And during that time, from 2006 up to 2011, 2012, I was starting to go into the studio. I was traveling for music. I was attending workshops with voice teachers, vocal coaches, writing workshops, and that type of thing. Now, yeah, how did I meet these people? How did I learn about all of these things? Well, you start networking. So I started networking in my community, like at the church. You hear conversations, you learn of things, and then you use that information to start investigating and delving and to learn more. And there, behold, you meet people and opportunities open. So I met a lady. I was introduced to a vocal coach from Nashville, Tennessee, rest in peace, Renee Grant Williams was her name. She was a phenomenal vocal coach out of Nashville, Tennessee, and she was the vocal coach for many country singers, many soulful singers. And I attended her workshop. I drove myself to Nashville. I think I spent a day there. I attended the workshop, learned, she teaches you, she had a certain form, that stance that Shania Twain used to do. I don't know if she still does that stance. Renee Grant Williams taught us how to stand on stage with your legs open so you can posture yourself strong and get that your voice lifted through your body, right? She taught us about how your diaphragm and everything works, even with your spine and your tailbone, even how to use your body to move that music, that voice through. And so I really enjoyed that experience. And then I learned that she passed away a few years back, but Renee Grant Williams, what a wonderful experience at her workshop. And then after her workshop, she had us engaging in little online community where we would get information, we would be informed and updated on events, opportunities to, go audition and things of that nature. So that was one thing I did, and that was around 2006. And then 2008, 2007-ish, 2006, 2007, I had met some younger people on MySpace. Now, MySpace was big, right? It was very active, and they had a platform where you could upload music. So that's the first place where I uploaded my music. And then you kind of network and you meet people. So I met this young Christian group. It was a young man and people that he knew. I didn't know them in real life. I met them on MySpace. I observed them for some time period to check their credibility, to see if they were really about what they said they were about. And this young group, these were young people in their 20s, right? And I was in my 40s. But they would put together events, and they called them open mics, and we would go to the open mic with our instrumental CDs or with our instrument, and we would perform. And people would drive in from out of town, out of state, to attend and perform at these events. So that was great. I met them on MySpace. And then I met Mike Colombo. Mike Colombo is a music producer out of Tennessee as well. Cleveland, Tennessee at the time. I don't know if he's still located there. He was a young, just aspiring musician, producer, but he had a lot of experience and evidence of his talent. He would make videos of himself piecing together his instrumentals. He had his projects online, so I was able to note the quality that this young man, although he's young, he's very skillful. And so I was able to message him one day. I had heard one of his instrumentals, and I messaged him, and I was like, I would like to buy that instrumental. How much is it? And his first instrumental was $200. I was like, whoa, I've never spent $200 on an instrumental. And he and I talked about it. He reassured me, of some things, like of the quality. When I say of some things, I really had learned about the quality of the file, the WAV file that you got, that you were able to hear all the instruments, that they're stacked, that it had to be put together in a certain way that was studio ready. And so I went ahead and I spent $200 on my first big investment in music. And Mike Colombo provided me after that, and after he saw what I was doing, and he learned that I wanted to get my dad to go in the studio with me to do like a TD Jake style CD or whatever. Then Mike Colombo pretty much started giving me, he understood I was a widow. He understood this lady is really just trying to, she's not trying to break into Hollywood. She's not trying to get a record deal. She's really just trying to navigate her pain and express some joy. And so he started pretty much giving me at a very, very, very inexpensive rate good instrumentals. So my dad and I went into the Fat Buddha recording studio in downtown St. Louis, and we did a few songs together. You can hear those on my what's the name of that? I can't think of the name of it right now, but I will put the link in the description bar where you can hear some of the music my dad and I did together, where my dad would do like an inspirational message or a sermonette, and then I would do like the background BGV vocals, BGVs, background vocals, and vocalizations on there. And sometimes I would maybe sing a little hook or something, right? And I'm glad we did that, because then not so long after my dad and I had that experience in the studio, he passed. So yeah, you have to, guys, the point I am making is you live your life and you get to the point where you find ways to cultivate joy in your life. And for me, music, definitely, writing, definitely, spending time with people, being engaged in activity to the best of my ability. Like I'm not an athlete. But I like moving my body, because when I was young, I couldn't, like I had to sit on the porch while all the kids played, because I had, a condition when I was young. So when I got older and I was able to, hey, I could go jump rope, I can go skate, I could do these things, and I tried them, right? And so I was cultivating joy even before my grief process. Now, getting back to the story of some cool people I met. So I told you I met Renee Grant Williams, I met Mike Colombo. And then I went to, and I was always going to Tennessee for some reason. I went to Nashville, and I attended, it was an audition for, I forget the name of this thing, but it was an audition. I think it was GMA, the Gospel Music, GMC, Gospel Music Channel. And so I went to this event. It was an all day. We auditioned, we sat around and listened to people audition. We auditioned. We waited to get feedback. And then when they said no, you left. But that was I just did it. I just made myself do it. I wasn't going to sit around and mope. I was cultivating joy through new experiences and new meetings. Another thing that I did was when the Gospel Music Channel brought their audition to St. Louis, I took off work and I went. And we were in at the University of Missouri St. Louis, UMSL. We were on their campus, and it was pretty cool. It was very interesting. It was a wonderful experience. Now, I didn't get, I didn't make the cut on either of those, but just being there, seeing the quality of the people and learning and even modeling to folks, you learn and you grow from the engagement and interacting with other people, and then they learn and grow from interacting with you. Another audition I did, so Bad Boy Productions brought a similar audition to St. Louis, and I attended that one. That one was different For some reason, that one was just really odd. It was it was different from any of them that I had attended. Um, yeah, and I'll leave it at that. It was held in University City in St. Louis, which is like a suburb of St. Louis near the universities, and there are a lot of restaurants and stores that the college students attend. And so that could be why it was a little different, because of the venue and because of the audience. I don't know, but that one was different. And so I was meeting these wonderful people. In 2008, December, Jack Knight, who was a producer for Bad Boy Entertainment, he sent me an email and he said, I'm starting a songwriting academy. I'm like, how did he get my email? But he probably got it from the audition that I had done previous, the one that was kind of different. So, hey, I joined. I was like one of the first 10 people to join. I said, sign me up, I'll do this. And so what it was an online community where the producers, the music producers, would loan us, they would let us borrow their instrumentals. They would do snippets, not a full instrumental. They would give you 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds of a song. A few of them did give you the full, but the ones that were really, really banging good, like, just moving, the instruments were great. And yeah, those you got little snippets. So I recorded like 30 snippets on the Songwriting Academy. And those were wonderful. And he closed the Songwriting Academy a couple of years after that, probably 2010, 2011. But I would go on there every day and I would listen. Like after work, like this was my hobby. After work, I would go on there, listen to see which producers had uploaded new stuff. Like it was by category, like genre. It was by genre. So you could go in and find the genre of music that you like and then listen. And so I would download those snippets. I had a CD player that had a USB drive, and it would record. So, and it had a mic, and I'm looking over there because like it used to be sitting in my office, but that was 15 years ago. And I would be in my little office. I called it my home studio, and that is where I wrote and recorded Foreigner. You can hear Foreigner on this YouTube channel. I wrote and record Golden Eyes. Golden Eyes, that track I got from Mike Colombo. I recorded and let's see, My Symphony. That track I got from a guy named Frost Fuzz from YouTube. My Symphony is beautiful. So do what you need to do to cultivate joy. I did what I needed to do. I met some wonderful people on the way, throughout. Even with the chorus, singing in the chorus brought me so much joy. It wasn't easy though, because that required me to drive an hour once a week, an hour there and an hour back, and be there for, like 4 or 5 hours of time dedicated to that. But I loved it. Those were wonderful experiences. We met and we sang backup for Shirley Caesar, CeCe Winans, Whitley Phipps, the what are they called? The Blind Boys of Mississippi Blind Boys. So many people. Good night. So many. All right, you all, cultivate some joy. Okay? All right. Cultivate some joy, widows. Step out of your grief. The last thing I want to say before I go, it is a myth that you must have therapy, or everybody has to have therapy with the loss. That's a myth. The truth is that it's important for you to determine what you need, especially to be aware of what you are feeling and be able to name it. And if you can't name it, be able to compare it to something or express it, so that then you are able to identify if you do need a therapist. Okay? All right, y'all, be blessed. Come back. Bye.